Hello, it's me again, Nancy today. Well, I saw both episodes of Lost, the 501 and 502, and boy are they good, aren't they? I just love being back on the island and seeing what's going on. But you know, Ben tells Jack that they've all got to go back to the island to save everybody or to save something. But I don't trust Ben, you know? Ben can be really nice when he wants something, but what's really in it for Ben? Well, Ben would go back to being in charge of the others. And the others are just set on control. I mean, it's not like they want to put the rest of them, the people that crashed, into slavery or anything, but they certainly are not concerned about those people. I mean, it's nothing to them to kill them, which is such a conundrum to me. I guess Ben he just likes power, and that he considers that to be his island, doesn't it? I mean, but now he's got 70 hours. The lady Lisa, I think, who is in the butcher shop. Well, she told him he has 70 hours to get everybody together and go back to the island, or else whatever's going to happen. Well, who knows what's going to happen. But here now we've got Jack, who wants to go back, and I'm not sure why he wants to go back, but he's been determined to go back for some time. Is it just out of concern for the other people that were left there on the island? And Ben told him to take everything, get a suitcase, and bring everything he ever wants, because he's never coming back. Well, what's the sense of going to the island if you're never going to come back? I mean, life on the island for the people that are there is not very good. They're always being scared by that smoke monster, this thing that kills them if it catches them. So they're having to hide in trees that are tangled masses of stalks and roots, and then they're hunted by the others or something like that. I guess the others want them for their children, or steal the women, and such a strange thing. So why would Jack want to go back there forever? Like, I understand that he would want to go back and help the other people get off the island, because they're all still stranded there. And it did seem to me that it was quite he didn't think it through very well when he got on that helicopter and left the island, and suddenly they're back in society and can't get back to the island again. Maybe he never realized, of course, that just the problem it would be to get back to the island, that the island was invisible and that it could be moved, and that people couldn't find it. And so Ben Linus, having found it, Charles Widmore having found it in the first place, was quite a feat. So now we have Ben and Jack, who are going to try and get everybody to come back. Well, Sun has just made contact with Charles Widmore last season, and also he then confronted her this season to find out what it was that they had in common, and she says to kill Ben Linus. Well, and now if she is set on killing Ben, then why would she want to go back to the island? What could possibly be said to her to make her want to go to the island? Especially when they're not going to ever come back. Or, and here they're taking John back to the island. Well, John is dead. So they're taking his corpse back to the island. But I guess maybe because of space and time, if they go back to the island before that happened, was he killed on the island? I don't think so, because he came and spoke to Jack in Los Angeles. Jeremy Bentham, is that what his name was? And then at the very end of episode 2 is that lady that is working with the pendulum, trying to figure out the location of the island. Well, that pendulum, it wouldn't be able to do that. But anyway, that's not here or there. But it's Mrs. Hawking. Now, Mrs. Hawking was the one that when Desmond went into her jewelry store to buy the engagement ring to marry Penny, she said, "You're not going to marry her. Don't buy the ring." And then he didn't understand that. She took him outside, and they watched this man with red tennis shoes fall off of a high-rise that was under construction. And she said it's going to happen, and then it did happen. And he said, how did you know, and why didn't you stop it? And she says, I've tried. You can't stop things. It's going to happen anyway. And then on the island, Desmond also kept trying to stop things, and nothing could. It just came a different way. Things would stop. But so Mrs. Hawking knew back then, and she told Desmond that the only thing of value that he would do in his life was to push the button. Well, when they stopped pushing the button, the magnetic pulse thing, whatever that was, it blew up. And after it blew up, it didn't wreck the world. He wasn't really saving the world. What was he saving? Was he saving the island? It doesn't appear that he saved anything, but maybe we just don't know the repercussions, because if it's the time-space continuum, then it could be something that hasn't happened yet, or something that is dislodged. I don't know. But it seems like now the island has been dislodged from time because it's moved. Have I been talking too long? Only 5.5 minutes. Hey, it's getting dark out here. It was sunny in the last town I was in. I have to pick people up for church, and look at that, we have cloud cover now. And it is negative, well, it was negative 20 this morning. It's about negative 13 now. Celsius. Okay, so I was trying to figure out about Mrs. Hawking. So she is in charge of Ben, or Ben comes to her and needs more time, and she says, no, you have to do it in 70 hours. Now, is that because she has found something out, or is she the one that's telling him what for? And there's other people involved in this. The butcher shop lady, Jill, is it Jill or Lisa? Lisa said, have you made contact with so-and-so and so-and-so? And those two people, yes, he had, and they were involved. So there's a lot of people involved in bringing these guys back to the island. But it's certainly not going to be for the benefit of the people of the losties on the island. But of course, at the moment, they are really it's terrible. They're going from Dharma encounters, pre-Ben Dharma encounters, and then other encounters, like with Ethan. And Ethan had no qualms about killing John. Now, these people are not kind people that are living lovely lives on this island. They kill everybody. And then the hostiles, I mean, they're even worse. They're going to cut off her hand. That's not negotiable. But that's to let her know that they mean business. And then if she doesn't help them, then they're going to cut off her other hand. I mean, these are this is way out there kind of junk. So, oh look, it's snowing now. Well, I do hope that the snow is not going to impact on my drive. I thought it was supposed to snow this afternoon, or this evening. But no, it's going to snow now. Anyway, I think one of the reasons I love Lost is because I really want to figure it out. I love having to figure it out. Like Mrs. Hawkins, I'm really trying to figure out how she fits into the whole thing. And then Miles was on the island before. He was working at building Dharma. So if Miles was building Dharma in the 70s, and he doesn't look that old now, he looked the same age in the 70s actually, so how did he get off the island? I mean, he knows all this about space and time, but I thought the only way you could get off the island was that time elevator, that shaft that they built. So maybe he's there, and he's part of Dharma, but he didn't want to be seen by Dr. Hollowax or Melvin Candle or whatever the guy's name is. Stay on your side of the road, guy. He's hugging the center. Don't like it when they do that. Not after having a head-on collision. That really impacts your perspective of driving. Very much so. Okay, well, it's getting much darker here now.